Um, Today's is going to be interesting. I'm not going to be. I will try as much as possible to not to switch in between because they're like I have two powerful, inspirational, topic or interaction to talk about today. And like I always say to everyone, thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate you all. It's not easy. You just have to do this quickly. My eyes is still very swollen because I slept late walking. It's not easy like I always say. But when God drops something into our, heart or our brain, it's always good we tell one another, especially those that are not very close to us, like we can't get to see each other, we can't get to even speak on phone because there are billions, trillions of people out there that are, making one mistakes or the other so far. And they certainly do not have people, genuine people, honest people around to tell them things that, oh, this what you're doing is right or what you're doing is not right. So that they can probably recheck themselves. So once again, I always give glory to God Almighty. Without Him, there's nothing in our head. I tell people, there's nothing you can ever achieve without God Almighty. But what you need to do is to be closer more to God. When you are closer more to God, when you can read His Word and ask Him to interpret them to you by Himself, it goes a long way. And I know there's no one God cannot use. It depends on how the kind of relationship you want to have with Him. So I thank Him once again for making today another beautiful, wonderful day in my life, in your life, and in the life of everyone. So today is going to be about talking to our ladies, our girls, our daughters, our sisters. I am so particular about this area. So particular about this area because I find it always very saddening. Ladies, girls falling in the hand of a wrong relationship. Ladies in a wrong relationship. I find it very, 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 very saddening. Ladies falling in the wrong relationship. And then somehow they get stuck. Somehow they get tired. Somehow they get fed up. And for them to get out of it, it becomes so difficult. Because they have to be thinking of so many things. What will my family say? What will my friends say? What will the society say? Won't they see me as a failure? But I tell you what, the moment you realize it, that you are not a failure, the better it is for you. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. But how do you avoid in making mistake in the first place? Marriage is one of the things that you have to be extremely careful before you go into, because this is your life. This is your what? Life. Marriage is such a thing that before you, a lady or a girl, goes into, you have to be extremely sure of what you're going into. This is not about love covereth everything. Love is just one of the attributes. It's like you want to prepare rice, for example, and then you are talking about salt alone. You understand? To prepare your rice. What about water? Doesn't water carry very important role in preparing your rice? Doesn't gas? Doesn't pot? That's the pot you're going to use. Doesn't it carry important roles? Do you understand? These are very, very important. They are all essential. The same thing as love is very essential. Love is very essential. What about trust? What about trust? If you want to talk about love, what about trust? What about understanding? What about understanding? What about care? When you are saying, I love him, does he love you back? How do you know that he loves you back? How do you know? You are in a relationship. It is just you that is giving. I'm not saying men are bad. But I want you today, a lady, to look back at yourself. What are you actually doing wrong that make you attract a wrong man? Or what are you actually doing that make a wrong man to stay in your relationship? What are you doing that is wrong? Do you understand? Before that makes a man being attracted to you, or that makes a man stay in your relationship. Whereas the good ones cannot even stay. They are passing by because you have been covered up with another lies around you. And you don't want to realize this. In fact, even some of your friends, your parents, they tell you, but you put up a blind eyes and a deaf ears towards this. You don't bother. You said, I'm praying about it. The moment I saw him, I knew it was mine. Yes, there's nothing wrong with you praying about it. But remember, every of your prayer that you utter from your mouth, you have only spoken. You have only what? Spoken with your mouth. There's something that makes your prayer come to pass. There's something that makes God make your prayer come to pass. Is by acting your prayer. All those statements, all those words you have spoken, you have to act it. Whether you like it or not, you have to act it. When you act it, then God knew that you have taken a bold step. Then it will make your prayer either come to pass or not come to pass. Because God is the host computer. You pray. It's God that will know whether that prayer will be answered or not. Now, your action to life is what will beget your prayer being answered or not being answered. Like I always say to people, you cannot plant vegetable and harvest corn, no matter how they have the same species. You can't plant vegetable and harvest corn. It is not possible. But people always think that God is magician. You fall in lust. You call it love. And you expect heaven to fall for you to enjoy in such marriage. Or you can have your cake and you can't eat your cake and have it back. It's not possible. You plant vegetable and you are expecting corn? No. God is not stupid. God is a realistic God. Let's not patronize ourselves here and not telling ourselves the truth of life. Do you understand? What you are looking out for in a man, you are not even getting it. And yet you said, oh, I'll keep on trying. I'm going to make it work. I'll make it work. I'm going to change him. You want to change a man? A man. You are a joke. You are a complete joke. You want to change a man full of ego, self-centered, selfishness life, except very, very few of them. You want to change a man? You must be joking. You must be joking. You can't change a man. Hear this one clearly. You cannot change a man. The only way for you to change a man is for you to look so deep when you are relating with him, as in relationship or friendship, so to say. That is why I always say, the reason why there is courtship, the reason why at all there is courtship is for you to know your opposite sex, opposite person that you really want to know whether I should settle with him or not. You have to first of all date. Don't let us deceive ourselves. You have to, no matter what, you have to. You have to first of all date a man and get to know that man no matter what it takes you. If the man will not be comfortable, let him not be comfortable. Let him not be comfortable. You must know the man. And the only way you can get to know a man that will not be lying so much to you is by you facing reality rather than you facing love. It is hard to do, I know, because most of you girls, you say I am in love, whereas you are in lust. You turn lust into love. You don't even know the difference between love and lust. As soon as you see a man, you get lost completely, and you say you're in love. Maybe how tall he is, how handsome he looks, the 6 packs he's got, how rich he was or he is, the kind of company where he works, the kind of car he rides, the kind of club he goes to. You understand? The kind of dresses that he puts on gets you lost. And you said you are in love? Come on. Come on. That is why your parents are there to make sure they train you to have self-confidence, self-sufficiency in life. It's not all about money. It's about you knowing the good and the bad, the right and the left. You must know. That is your parents' job anyway. And if you don't have such a parent, then you probably might have to learn in a hard way in life. I always thank God for those that have parents. But some of them don't actually know how to make use of such parents. They don't listen. They always want to do that stupid thing in their head. And at the end of the day, they land in trouble. It affects the whole family. Because there's no how your parent can ever be happy when you are not happy. That is how bad it could go. The connection is so strong that your parent will not be able to sleep when you are in distress. And that is the kind of parent you will not listen to. when you are supposed to listen. By the time you now start crying, you'll be saying, God help you. And then we have delicate men everywhere. I'm not saying they are not good ones. There are good and fantastic, God-fearing men everywhere around yourself. But unfortunately, you don't see them. And the reason why you decided not to see them, it is because they don't show themselves. They don't show off. Real men don't show off. They don't. They are always down to the earth, very articulate, very smart, confidence, blunt. They don't get carried away with your beauty. In as much as they appreciate your beauty, from your head to your toe, how curved you are, your front and back is loaded, you are so light or dark and beauty. I tell you what, real men don't look too much on that, those facial outlook of yours. They don't look at that. Real men don't look so much at that. They look inward of yourself. They want to know who you are. If you can actually be their better halves in life. If you can actually deputize for them. When I say deputize, meaning that when they are not there, can you actually at least wear their shoe at 80% and nothing goes wrong? And by the time they are back, they can fix whatever little mistake you might have made, and it will not be obvious. That is what a responsible man look at. They want to get to know you. They will test you in every way and see whether you're going to fall. And you will not know that you are under test from the day they start dealing with you. So, if a real man, God-fearing man who wanted the best for his future, because his future are his children, and you are going to be part of that, will make that children of his a better children in future. They don't look so much at your outward. They will say, they will commend you, you look beautiful, you look outward, and they put it aside, and you don't even know when they put it aside. That's why you realize that you cannot seduce such men. They are being very careful in sleeping with you. They are being very careful. They are always being very careful in sleeping with you. Because what they are looking at their future wives. Not a girlfriend. When they see the ones they can sleep with, they know immediately. And if they want to, they will. If they don't want to, they will not. Women cannot seduce them. If you think you are seducing them, you are seducing yourself. You are only going to get damage. Remember, when there's trouble between man and a woman, it's always the women that are victim. They are always in fact, I can tell you, they are always the 70% victim. They are the one that suffers the most. So if a responsible man can look inward, not outward, then why can't you as well be so blunt? If you call yourself a responsible woman that has been trained well, that has a better upbringing, good education, both at home and also in academic career, and you are also exposed, civilized, because some people are educated, they are not civilized. There are two different things about education and civilizations. I could have a small degree, you could have a big degree. If I'm more exposed to so many things, I could be better off in handling matters, even than yourself that has a bigger degree. In the so-called the same field that we are. Because exposure is another realm of education. you will be so civilized. You will handle matters in a different perspective, in more articulate perspective. You don't jump into conclusion. You plan, and then you strike, and it enters straight away. It enters straight away. So, ladies, this is very, very important. You don't shortchange your relationship. Your courtship is extremely important with men. Men can be so deceitful. There are so many men everywhere out there that you can buy in the market, but you can never buy a real man, no matter how pretty you could ever be. Get that one clear. You can't buy a real man. If you buy a real man, you are in a deep shit. See, let's be realistic with ourselves. I'm very religious, at the same time a realistic religion person. I don't joke with facing the facts of life. That is the way we can get it done. That is the way. Most of all these things we are talking about here, we have to be so realistic with ourselves. Because what happened around us on a consistent level matters a lot in our life. That is the way we can compare our life and know whether we are in a proper shape or not. Otherwise, we'll be busy deceiving ourselves. And if we cannot tell ourselves the truth of life, we are not helping each other. Remember, the same, religious book said that the world become so bad because the good men refuse to speak the truth. What do we have everywhere today? Hypocrites. Just like the way Jesus Christ said it. Hypocrites. That's what we have everywhere. We don't tell ourselves the truth. Because I don't want him to be upset. And I want to keep his relationship. And he's destroying himself. And you allow him or her to languish in his or her problem. And you are not doing anything about it. And you don't want him to be upset. Why can't she be upset? So my sister, it's very, very important that you have to be very, very articulate with the kind of lifestyle you want to live in your relationship. That is why there is courtship. You have to do everything possible. And number one thing is you do not pretend in your relationship. You do not pretend in your relationship. You have to open up. If it's possible to open your stomach for the real man that you think is the real man, because you are the one that said is the real man. You love him. Remember? You are the one, because I can't tell you who is actually the real man here now, today, on today's topic. I can't tell you who is actually the real man on today's topic. You, first of all, said he's a real man. I love him. I think is the person I can actually spend my life with. But please and please, give it time. Don't jump into it. Like as if you have never seen such a person in your life. Don't you have a father? Your father should be a man's figure, like a role model. What the kind of father you've got. I know some of us are unfortunate. I'm sorry. Some of our girls are unfortunate. They don't really have a real father. Because of the father's relationship with their mom. Do you understand? But nevertheless, you cannot blame the man alone. You cannot. And that's the reason why we are treating this topic today. One person don't fight except he's mad. It is two person that fight. Two person fight, not one. Whether you like it or not, you have contributed your quota, no matter how little it is. So let's leave our dad out of it, how he treats our mom. Let's leave it out of it today. Today is you getting it right. If your mom could not get it right, why are you not going to get it right in your own case? The reason why you experience what you are experiencing with your dad and your mom is for you to do that right good thing that they've been doing, or change the wrong things that they were doing. That's why you are experiencing what you are experiencing. Do you understand now? You as a lady, you must not pretend in your relationship. You have to tell it the way it comes. Let the man see clearly who you are. What happened in your life, in your home, your education, your training, your lifestyle, you have to show it to the man. I tell you what, there is a man out there for you that can take all your ups and downs and will be ready to rebuild you, or to upgrade you, or to encourage you to the level where you are going to get to in life. That is what it is. There are men for every of our precious lady out there. There is a man for you in wherever you go to. Whether you move from Nigeria to Ghana, or to Belgium, or to Japan, or to Germany, or to United States of America, or South America, whichever where you go to, there is a man out there for you that has the same type of attribute or quality that can actually merge with your life, when we are talking of compatibility. Someone who can cleave into your own open machine, and it will be so conformed together. It will be so complete together. There is that man there for you. And the only way, I tell you what, the only way you can ever get such a man is for you not to bring in pretense into your life, into your relationship. You have to get this thing clear. I tell you what, no matter how rough, bad, despicable, wretched, poor, name it, that your life might have been in the past, present, during that relationship, that man has to know. And that is where you will be able to know a right man. Good man. From there, you will get to know how his kind of character will be. It's either the character will remain or it will change. You will start knowing. You know, a man that was like, oh, as soon as he sees you, start praising you because of the way you look. Because of the way you look. He is praising you. Oh, you are so beautiful. In fact, you look like an angel. You look like what's it called? Juliet Ibrahim. You look like this and that. Please stop it. Don't stop all this patronization. Has anybody told you before that you are this beautiful? Excuse me? You understand? Whether you like it or not, one way or the other, at some point, your mom will have told you that you are beautiful, if not your dad. And I'm sure your dad will have told you that you are beautiful. If he's a romantic dad who loves his daughter very well, will have told you time without number how beautiful, how precious. There is even more than beauty. How precious you are. How majestic you are. Your dad will have told you this time without number. And if your dad was not even there, your brother will have told you. If your brother wasn't there, your uncle will have told you. If your uncle wasn't there, some of anyone in your family, before you even get to the level of, making relationship with a man, someone somehow will have told you so. And if no one tells you, God Almighty will have told you so. Because the moment you can tell yourself that you are beautiful, God is telling you, you are beautiful. And you will continue to remain beautiful, except you just want to bring yourself down. You lack confidence. And that is why there's this topic today. There is no woman that's not beautiful. You have to see yourself, first of all, like that you are beautiful. And if you think you are not, check yourself out in the mirror, check your character, check whatever you are doing, check your lifestyle, and see if you can probably listen to people like us or people of, knowledge around you, and then you'll be able to make some changes. And then you see, but first of all, you have to believe in yourself. Self-confidence is very, very important in achieving any goals in life. That is one of the key that will not make people to be able to bring you down. Like I said to you, you must not entertain pretense. And the moment you cannot pretend about your life to your so-called opposite sex or your past partner, then life becomes so difficult for him to pretend to you. That is it. That is the way. Because when you bring in pretense, you have brought devil. When you delete pretense, you have brought God into your relationship. It is not something you have to kneel down and be firing prayer like brimstone before God can hear you. God, see, hear this thing. God here is not deaf. Oh. God is not deaf. God is not deaf. We are the one that is deaf. We are the one that is not facing reality. We are the one that is deaf. God is not deaf. You don't need to fire prayer to you like you want to die before God hear you. He knows your thought. Remember, God created you in the first place. God created you in the first place. He knows your thought. What you need to do is to do the right thing. That is the key point of your prayer. If you then not go to kneel down or you want to pray to God or what's do you know that you don't have to even, not until you kneel down before you pray. Everywhere you go to, you're supposed to be praying. You are driving, you are praying. You are in a bus, you are praying inside of your mind. You are in your office, you are praying inside of your mind. Anywhere you go to, you are praying. It's a normal, it's supposed to be a part and parcel of your life. Not until you now say, okay, I want to stay in one particular corner. I want to fire prayer to the next 10 hours before God can hear you. Oh, come on. If you serve that kind of God, I don't. I don't. Because what I know that we should be doing for blessing of God to come towards us, for everything we ask for to come towards us, is that do love your neighbor as yourself. That is the commandment. I'm a Christian. Do you understand now? I am a Christian, a staunch Christian. But I don't deceive myself. I do not deceive myself. You know why I don't deceive myself? Because Jesus Christ of Nazareth that I follow, Christ that I follow has made me know so. He said his commandment, when he summed up all the laws before he came in the Old Testament, he summed all the laws to only two, over 600 laws, only two. Love your neighbor as yourself. Let's see how you will to practicalize that. The moment you love your neighbor as yourself, and you fear God Almighty, the creator of heaven and earth, before you take any disastrous action, check God first. I tell you what, you do not need to fire too much prayer before God will answer you. He's not a deaf God. He's not a deaf God. In my language, I don't like to speak my language sometimes on media like this because I want a language I can at least cut across so many diversities of people. I know I can't get, everyone to hear my message by speaking English because there are so many people with other languages. But nevertheless, I want to reach out to so many diverse of, ethnicities. But I've said God is not deaf. He is not a deaf God. He knows your thoughts. In my language, it said, Abeti lukarabi ajere. Abeti lukarabi ajere. Meaning that his ear is so wide that you and I, everyone will be speaking at the same time and he will hear all of us. He will hear all of us at the same time. Imagine that. Abeti lukarabi ajere. The one that has the biggest, massive, gigantic, humongous ears than any other person. That is God. That is God. You now want to be lamenting, like repetition of prayer every now and then. You pray today, you pray tomorrow, you pray next tomorrow, you pray next tomorrow. Like God's ear is deaf? No. You are the one that is deaf. Face reality. When you pray, face reality. Listen to God. Let him speak to you. And when he speaks to you, take action. Because when he speaks to you, his kind of response is always very, very scary. That, oh, hey, me? Can I do something like that? This is too big for me. Oh, I can't handle such a thing. It's quite big for me. And you said you want God to answer your prayer? No, God did not create you for a small challenge. He creates you for a bigger one. He created you for a bigger one. So like I said, first of all, you don't entertain pretense. At the moment you could open up for your man, then you should start asking questions. That's why you need to meet. You both need to meet on several times. When you are off work, when you finish from work, you need to meet. Let's be realistic. Meeting each other does not mean sleeping with each other. Meeting each other. That's why I said, I did not say sleeping with each other. Girls, nowadays, before you meet a man today, a man is already asking you to sleep with him. Or you are even the one luring him to sleep with you. And then you're already doing it. Within 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Oh my goodness. And you now expect such a man to respect you, keeping you as his future partner, when another lady can come as beautiful as yourself and he will not give it to him. And you not say, if I don't give him, I will not be able to keep him. That's what your friends, your foolish friends, make you understand. They've damaged themselves and they want you to join them so that you will not be able to have the opportunity to insult them or to look down on them. That's just the only reason. Having sex with your boyfriend, so to say, or your lover does not guarantee your settlement with such a man. It doesn't guarantee it. Hear me and hear me clearly. I am part of those men. I don't want to be self-righteous, but I have to let you know clearly. Responsible men, you cannot tie them down with sleeping with them. Instead, you have further damaged that relationship. That's what it is. Sex in courtship diminish your value before a responsible man. If he has not made his choice, maybe because there have not been another lady coming into his life that will make him make that decision of saying that I am sorry. He will cook up one particular story and give it to you. He will cook up one particular story and give it to you. And that is when you are doomed. And then you come back and say, he's a bad man. There's no good man out there. Are you good? Are you good? After giving him everything that I have, God, my God will punish you. Which God that will punish him? Remember, which God that will punish him? When you say you gave it to him, you gave him everything. What did he give to you? Firewood? Did he give you firewood? Is it firewood that he gave back to you? No. He didn't give you firewood. You gave everything to him, and he also invested too by giving you everything. Remember, you are the one that want to ask him for what's it called? A wig costs about £400. You are the one that will ask him for that. £300, £200, like he gave back to you. You want to spend all the money that you are supposed to enjoy in your marriage while you are courting with him, for you to know that he's not a stingy man. I'm sorry for you. That is not the way. Pressurizing your lover about the clothes, the asoebi, the uniform you want to wear to a party on several times with your friends. And if he doesn't give it to you, if he doesn't buy it for you, he's a stingy man. But you're not looking into so many other things that the man is investing in, like projects, and also encouraging you, teaching you on how to also invest to your future. That probably will not be you both future in future. You don't want to entertain such. You want to just enjoy life to finish. And you think that is the way to get a right man? No. Sorry to blow your bubbles. No. I am not saying that you should be dating a stingy man, but I tell you what, when you are dealing with a God-fearing man, a responsible man, surprises will be there always. Out of his own kindness, heart, he will just be blessing you, that even you will say, oh, I don't really need all these things. Because you are self-satisfied. Not really that you are just self-satisfied. Not really that maybe you have anything, until you see huge amount of money, that's when you can really believe that you are self-sufficient. No, you are self-satisfied. You are not greedy. Any little thing is enough for you. What you just want to do is to build life, build future, build humanity, build everything around you. See love. Let the man see love. Let the man see care. Let the man see affectionate. Let the man see sacrifice. Let the man see love, trust, understanding in your life. You can't fake a real man. You cannot fake a real man. You cannot. He sees you even before you know it. He will just pretend as if he did not see. And by the time he will open up, he will just tell you that, see, he's a real man that will be doing something wrong and he'll be ready to tell you. He won't say because you are his lover and let you be and not telling you. Do you understand? So you cannot pretend, please. Pretense invite devil into your relationship. Delete pretense from your relationship. You cannot be dating a man or a lover. You can't find out time once in a while. Go to his house. Or probably in your own house. Prepare good delicacy, food, and take it to him. Or probably prepare it in his own house. Whichever way you want to, that you think you are comfortable with. Fantastic. you should also be able to wash the laundry of your lover, if truly you say you love. Because these are things you have to do by the time you come into that marriage. These are the ways for you to get the right man. You have to be very, very careful, sensitive about all these things. But you telling a man that you say you love, remember you are the one that says that. You are the one that made such statement, that I love him. Remember, you are the one that says you loved him. And now you can show some little love to him. When you get to his house, or probably in your house, you cannot even prepare any good meal that at least let even your so-called lover start tasting your hand, your magic finger that your mom gave to you. Let him start biting his hand when he's eating your food, no matter how little. Even though it's noodles, you know how to prepare only. Let him find love, care in it, that wow, this lady could do this for me. Oh Lord, why did I deserve all these things? And this is something you should be able to continue to do. I pity parents who do not allow their daughters and their boys get engaged in domestic chore. I pity them. I pity them. No matter how your child could be so kind, loving, if he cannot do house chore, if he's not good domestically, whether boys, is going to have a problem in his marriage. Whether girls, she's going to have problem in his marriage, in her marriage. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. Prayer cannot even solve it. Even God Almighty cannot solve that problem. Hear me clearly. God is not stupid. You have to you have to merit it. When you fail as a parent to give your daughter home training, good domestically, with the education, with the career that she wants to build in life, I am sorry, don't encourage such daughter of yours to get married. And I will also disappoint you here. It's not every lady that can marry. An arrogant lady cannot marry a man. It's not possible. Any daughter of yours that cannot respect her brother, especially the senior ones, cannot stay under any marriage unless you want to suffer. Get it clearly. And I tell you what, parents, that you are listening to me, it is your fault. You started too late inculcating that discipline into your daughter. Today is about girls. And when I say girls, a potential girls. A girl with sense of humor. Virtuous women. That is whom I'm talking to. I'm not talking to educated girls or women that only know how to wind their mouth and insult me talking here or every man. I'm not talking to those ones who, except those ones that are ready to change from their wayward attitude of life. Those are the people I'm talking to. If you cannot stay submissive, I'm not saying slave, wisdom, if you cannot stay submissive, if you cannot respect a man, you cannot manage marriage. That's one of the key. You must be able to respect your man. Any man you cannot respect, you cannot marry. No matter how rich or handsome or fashion mania such a man could be, or a gifted man that can use gift to finish your life. Because I know there are some men, gift is what they use. to capture some ladies, some intelligent ladies. But when you are intelligent, no man should be able to use gift to finish you, even though you are coming from a poor home, not to now talk of a rich home. No man should be able to capture you with gifts. Even what some men does these days, they give you a engagement ring. They are so fast in doing it, they cage your life down. And you, and you knew so many things are wrong in that relationship, and yet you took it. You don't know that the man knows that you are too intelligent, too smart, and he wants to tie you down. And he gives you engagement ring. There are so many boys that have used engagement ring to tie down, some ladies for the past 3 years, 2 years, over 1 year. Excuse me. What is the meaning of engagement ring? Do you know the meaning of engagement ring, ladies? Let me tell you the meaning of engagement ring. When your boy gave you engagement ring, meaning that in the next my Instagram people, they are gone. You have to join me on social media. Social media, I'm on YouTube. Please join me. I've said that before. So you have to make sure that any man that want to give you an engagement ring, there should have been plan towards you both settling down. It shouldn't take more than 6 months. When I say it shouldn't take more than 6 months for you both to settle down. And if you are not comfortable with such ring, I am sorry. There's nothing wrong in you rejecting the ring. Don't allow any man to tie you down with engagement ring when you are not satisfied with such relationship. So many things are wrong. And you want to collect ring for the sake that, you don't want him to be angry or upset. And then you now finish your life. Is that what they call life? Is that what they call marriage? And by the time you now go into that marriage, your marriage will now be full of ups and downs. You now be crying, shedding tears every day. The so-called man that you don't want him to be sad, you don't want him to be upset, will now be the one creating roadblocks for you in everything you do. Every now and then. That is not life. That is not life. That is not life. Don't let anyone use engagement ring to tie you down. It's a bad luck. It is a bad luck. Not just a padlock, a bad luck. You look like as if you are open to everyone, but you are locked spiritually. You have to be so sure that this man is a real man. You have a lot in common. You have a lot in common. A lot in common that, in fact, you can't even count how many things you have in common. That you are ready for this. And the same thing should be also with him. The same thing should be also with him. If it's not like that with him, that you can see it clearly, that it is true, that you are acting like a friend. Yes, you can have some arguments, but your arguments never last too long. Quickly you solve your problem like a mature people should do. Not proving who is more powerful, who is more stronger between you both. You want to compete with a man? Are you crazy? You want to compete with a man? No, you can't. Your relationship shouldn't be about competition. It should be about care for one another. should love you, should care for you naturally, and you should care for him naturally too. That's what they call love. That's what they call trust. You do not, you do not allow yourself to be caged down. If that relationship is not satisfiable, you don't allow yourself to be locked down by any goddamn engagement ring. Please and please, this is very, very important. You have to be blunt. Then you both will work it out. But give him a chance to take a lead. But the moment you cannot give him a chance to take a lead, meaning that he has nothing much to offer, even than yourself. That means your knowledge is of the same frequency. You can't marry such a person. You can't marry a man that will be speaking at the same time you two will be speaking, arguing. That means he has nothing upstairs more than yourself that you can, because of, keep quiet and listen to. Because they are new to you. Those statements is offering now are new to you. And that is the only way you can ever listen to such a man. But in a situation whereby a man is talking, you are countering it, that is not making sense, and you still want to allow such a man to engage you by padlocking you down, you should blame yourself for everything that happens in that marriage. You should blame yourself by the time you settle down with that man and you now start saying the man has changed. No, the man has not changed. It is because you were blind by yourself all this while you were in courtship. That is why there should be courtship. Yes, that is why there should be courtship. And I tell you what, any courtship that is lasting more than 1 year and you cannot see clear reality that the man is ready to settle down with you. Oju kaladani, only you. That you cannot see clearly that this man self is the one now that is going everywhere and say, no, we need to settle down. Taking you to his parents, to his uncles, aunties, brothers, sisters, and the rest of them, wanted to marry you when you are, get it clear, that you are satisfied. Not just taking you to all these people in order to make you feel happy. And you not think that is the in thing. Please, it's better you don't even go to them. I am telling you that you pretending about it. And if you are going to go with him, go with him. That's not a problem. But I'm telling you, you have to be satisfied. Because you can't change a man. That is why you have to be satisfied. You cannot change a man. It is only your good lifestyle that can change a man that is already having his head in his own head. Not the man that doesn't have his head. Do you understand now? A man that is still behaving like a boy, always, is over 30 years of age, yet he's still acting like an 18 years boy. He's irrational about every little things around. That doesn't make sense. Every time you and him always in argument, fight, argument, and you still want to stick yourself with such man, thinking that there's no other good man out there for you. You must be foolish, And like I tell you before, they are meant for you, whether you like it or not, everywhere you go to. It's not just one person. So why do you want to kill yourself? Sticking with yourself with just one man. Why? It doesn't make sense. It's very, very important that no pretense. You have to show love, care, and the same thing must be vice versa. He has to do the same thing with you. If he can't do it, it cannot work. If he can't do it, it cannot work. If he cannot do it, it cannot work. You have to be satisfied. You have to be satisfied with your lover. Not tying you down with engagement ring, not taking you everywhere with his family, and then you are sugar-coated and say, oh, he has taken me to his mom, he has taken me to his dad, he has taken me to all his uncle, sister, and all that. Whereas his contribution towards that relationship is awful. It doesn't make sense. His contribution towards your relationship is awful. For those on Instagram, I'm very, very sorry. I don't know what happened. I think Instagram ended and I have to get myself on. I'm not so used to all this social media most of the time because I'm too busy to be playing around with social media. I'm so sorry. You understand? But you can get full message on my YouTube, www.youtube.com/Positive Word Charity is part of my way of giving to mankind. Financially, morally, information-wise, to help one another, because no one will help us. No one will help us. We have to help one another. So do not allow any man that is not of a man, is just a boy wearing trousers, to use engagement ring to tie you down for more than 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years going. Even someone that is physically disabled is not as foolish as you are. You think discipleship is in physical? No, it's in our brain. When someone on a wheelchair can even think better than you are, not thinking less of himself, of herself, and you are standing. You say you have everything it takes for a man to fall for you, but your brain is disabled. And your parents will be telling you, your brothers will be telling you that this guy is messing around. This guy is failing. You will say you are in love. Sorry, you are in lust. And if anything goes wrong in that marriage that you want to go into, please first blame yourself and start looking for a way out. I am not the one that will be teaching you that you should go into marriage with your eyes being blind. And when you not get into that marriage, you want to blame men for everything that happens in the marriage. Whereas you saw it, it was because you were blind. You allowed lust to cover your face. You said love. You have to be realistic. Especially you. Ladies, please, come on. You people should be very careful the way you use this word called love. Every one of you don't even know the meaning of love. You don't know. You have no idea about what they call love. Why do you think this man is good for you? Because I love him. How do you know you love him? Because I have a feeling for him. What about feeling that you have? I really don't know. It was just unusual kind of love. Oh, excuse me. So if you have been put in the helm of affairs, you are a CEO or an operation manager or a manager in your company, and they say you should interview a professional to join the organization. You just tell the organization that because I have feelings towards that candidate, that's why you are employing the person. Is that what you're going to tell the management? No. You are supposed to check the candidates or the applicants in everything that the companies require and in everything that he said he can offer the company before you can append your signature to accept, for the management to accept such a person. The same thing you have to do as well as a lady in your relationship. You have to check everything out. The kind of affection you have towards the man has to be vice versa. You must be able to see it clearly too, not by deceiving yourself, because I know a lot of you deceive each other. You have to be able to see it. You have to be very careful. Be passionate about your future. Don't allow a man to destroy the sweat of your parents in your life. The moment that man put you in a cage in his home, you have put the entire of your family in a cage. When I'm saying your family, meaning your dad, your mom, that has invested so much from the day you were born and raised you up, spent a lot, moral, finance, information wise, to send you to school, to make sure you become a graduate, in order to save the family back. One man that you cannot look very well and conduct your interview on a day-to-day in your relationship with, you now allow such a man to put you in a cage and every of your family perish. Then why praying to God for a precious girl when you are just going to end up in a kitchen, as every women see themselves sometimes? Or some women make some men to see themselves as such. Imagine Theresa May. Imagine Michelle Obama. Imagine my own wife, if I've kept her only solely in the kitchen. You understand? You have to test the guy, test the man in every way. Ask questions from your parents. See, your parents are always the best people to go to. And if you don't have, sometimes, I'm sorry, some don't have. Some even have a parent, but unfortunately, they even know better than their parents. Because of that parents upbringing, themselves. They have nothing to offer. I can understand. But when you are dealing with a knowledgeable, highly intelligent parent, my goodness me, the quality you have ever got, that you can't buy it. When you have your parents highly intelligent, oh my goodness me, they are the best teacher ever, even than any pastor. I'm sorry to tell you, even than any pastor. Because whether you like it or not, the only person that can love you so dearly is your parents, not your pastor. Pastor is secondary. Your parents are the canoe or ship or ferry that brought you into this earth. They are your first role model before any other fellow. Where was your pastor when you were coming out from your parents, womb? Where was your pastor when your father was impregnating your mom? Where was your pastor? Please, let's differentiate things here. Your parents are the first. They are the first. Listen to your parents, so that you will not end up with with destruction. That's what the Bible says. Children, obey your parents. That's it. He didn't say you should obey your pastor and neglect your parents. No. That's it. You are called your pastor. You are called your pastor. The kind of respect you are called a learned, well-articulate adult. Some people might not even be a pastor. As I'm speaking to you right now, I'm not a pastor. I'm a child of God. Christ follower. Simple. and I love everyone equally. Whether you call yourself Muslim, you call yourself Buddhist, you call yourself pagan, you call yourself, Judaism, I don't care. What I look into you is that, are you a nice person? Do you do the right thing? That's it. Even though you don't do the right thing, if you are the type that listen to correction, that's it. Because as far as my Jesus is concerned, he said I should love my neighbor as myself. He did not say I should love Christian as myself. Don't let us get it twisted. Don't let us get it twisted here. Jesus Christ was talking to everyone. Everyone. That's it. That's my prayer. The moment I don't do evil, I don't think evil about you, that is my prayer, and things work for me. And the moment you start thinking like that, the better for you. So that you will not break your leg, when you are praying and say, you are hitting the ground like as if you can kill devil. You cannot kill devil. You can't kill devil. The only way you can kill devil is do the right thing. And devil will be running far away from you. But when you think evil, talk evil about your neighbor should die by fire. Your enemy should die by fire. Maybe it's Jesus Christ that taught you that, or it's somebody else in your so-called religious book that taught you that. You come and tell me which one is superior. Maybe there's any apostle or angel that is superior than Jesus. You come and tell me that. We do interview over that. Do you understand now? That's what you're supposed to do. As a lady, you must have fear of God. You must have love of God. Not in your tongue, but in action. Let the man see it and see that, oh no, I'm not comfortable here. This one is just too good to be with. I don't deserve this girl. And it's better. That's why I say you have to speak the truth. No pretense. When you don't pretend, I tell you what, the man will either stay or go. That's it. And if you notice that you and your lover, you're always arguing every now and then it's not the kind of man you can settle down with. That means he has nothing to offer that you can make you listen to him. Because when a man is talking, there should be some things that will be strange to you, or a reconfirmation that is beyond a little bit of your knowledge. Then that makes you not to be able to argue with such a man. You better calm down. Calm down. Calm down. That makes you to be able to listen to such a man. That is the kind of man you can now look into so many other things that surrounded him. Good. And then you can say, I can listen to this. That man is not meant for you. It's meant for another lady that is less intelligent than yourself. But the moment you can be so bold to be arguing with your lover, it shows categorically that he has nothing really much to offer than yourself. You are too, how do I say now? You are too intelligent. So you need a leader than yourself to lead you. A leader like your dad. When I always refer to your dad, your father. A good man like your dad. Or better off even than your dad. To lead you. Otherwise, I tell you what. Every of your parents' investment in your life will perish. And you will make your parents suffer at their old age. Because the man will make sure that he buries every talent of yours. Every of your career that you have dreamt with your parent that you want to become, he will make sure he buries it. Why? Because he doesn't know as much as you, or is of the same knowledge as you, and is not ready. He's not ready to do more, to accommodate more. He's not ready. Such a man is not meant for you. You need someone who can speak. Not until he bullies you before you can listen. But you can see sensible statements, educative statements, good training from him, good moral from him, love, care. When he's supposed to scold you, he will scold you. When he's supposed to appraise you, he will appraise you. That is the kind of man you need. You don't need a molester. You don't need a master in your life. You don't. But you need a leader by example. A servant, a leader by example. Someone who can give it all. That doesn't find it difficult. So it's absolutely important that you don't deal with a man that is of the same class with you. That's why you see an 18-year-old girl can handle an 80-year-old man. It's this. The moment you are the one in control, shouldering everything in your relationship, then you are in a wrong relationship. You are certainly in a wrong relationship. The moment you can find it so easy to tell your man that please, you're not making sense. You're not making sense. Why is it that you don't even make sense every now and then? And you say you love. That is lost. The better you get out of that marriage, get out of that relationship, the better for you before you land yourself in an everlasting doom marriage. And you not be struggling in that marriage. You not be complaining, I'm the only one that is always doing things in this home. I'm the only one that will go out there. I'm the only one that will do this, that. I'm the only one that will do that. I'm the only one that... You brought it upon yourself. My dear, you brought it upon yourself. You brought it upon... You should blame yourself first. That is why this message is coming to you. Those who have been a victim, and this message is coming to you. Those who have not started it at all, please learn from those sisters, your senior sisters, or your senior sisters around, or your friends that have rushed themselves into marriage. That's the thing. Courtship shouldn't last more than 1 or 2 years. If maximum, maybe 3 years, depending on when you guys started, because sometimes you could start probably early. If you start late, well, that's a different thing. At 25 years of age as a girl, for God's sake, you should be getting serious in relationship. If it's not serious, you don't languish yourself in it. Please. For anyone that is just joining, please, you can probably visit my YouTube page, my YouTube channel later, www.youtube.com/positivewordcharity. You know, this whole thing is about giving back as well. I give financially, I give morally, and I give information wise. I am created for mankind. I do not have to be attached pastor or evangelist to myself. I see myself as a child of God who hear from God, and I speak the truth. I speak the truth in reality. Whether it's going to be an injection in you, I don't care. Because we have to tell ourselves the truth. If we don't tell ourselves the truth, there's no how we can learn in life. Truth is always bitter. That is the name. I am very controversial. I can be controversial whichever way you think. But please, reality, I face it. Even me, I learn by day. And I accommodate every day in my life. I've not gotten it wrong in my marriage, and I keep thanking God Almighty for that. You can find out from my own missus anywhere, probably if you know me that is speaking. Secretly, check it out. You will know. Because I search, she searched, I did not jump, she did not jump. And that's why the marriage is still, in fact, is firing more by the grace of Almighty God. After so many years of not getting married early, so it's very, very important. There's nothing called rushing into marriage. You are just digging a hole of destruction for yourself. when you call yourself a lady who knows what you're doing. No pretense. When you pretend about your marriage, you have practically, when you pretend about your relationship with a guy that you want to settle down with, you have practically brought wrath of devil into you, and 10,000 of you cannot remove it. It's just like you having 2 keys to your house, one at the front door, one at the backyard, and you have practically given the key to the devil, your fire exit to the devil to come in through the back door of your house, into your house, and you have the key to the front side, and you think you're still having the 2. That's the key area. You must not pretend. You must be loving. You must be caring. You must be concerned. You must be able to assist your lover. And the same way, he should be able to do it back to you by fire, by force. If he can't do it, you are the only one that is doing it. That is a bad relationship. You shouldn't settle down with such a man. And let me tell you something again, lastly, somehow, is that don't always look at what a man can do for you. What your husband can do, your husband to be can do for you. Also think about what numerous good things you can bring into that relationship. That's what will earn you a good, God-fearing man. That's it. Whoever that is not of your class, that is not of God class, cannot stay with you when you are being completely open like my hand. But when you like this, Connie, you are going to attract devil as a man and blame yourself anytime you are facing trouble. It's not every woman that pray every now and then, God, let my marriage be good. I'm tired of this marriage. It's not every woman that does that kind of prayer. So women don't even, they don't even, nothing makes them bother about it because such a thing is not even happening. Why can't yours be like that too? So please and please, it's very, very important. I love to continue talking, but I have to work. I have to work to take care of my family as well, just like the way my missus is working to take care of my family. Yes. Think about what you can as well do to make your home stand even when your man is somehow inadequate. It's not all about men. Please, let's not be looking at, you see, he brought wahala, trouble into home. When you want to think, it's only your man that should be giving. You just want to, you just want to spend your money alone, even when you are working. You want to be selfish. That you have to start in your relationship. You should have to help one another, assist one another, see future. Don't see what is just happening right now. So please, I don't want this video to become too bothersome or too boring thereabout. You know, they said a word is good for, for a wise man. Sorry if you are just joining. You can see full flesh of this message on the YouTube. And bear it in mind, I am not instructing you here. I am only try as much as possible for you to see reasons. The reason why you could attract a doomed marriage to your future. And your parents and your family will suffer. Then why has your parents invested so much in your life? Why has they invested so much in your life? From when you were being when you were being conceived, born, brought up through school, taking you to school, back and forth, and then you go to school, you went to university, everything, and at the end of the day, you become useless for your family, and even your husband family. You become useless financially. When you both supposed to be working in one accord. Help yourself, help your family too in the little way you can, without any separation. Without any what? Separation. You must love. You must be ready to love your partner's family, especially their parents, and then goes down to their siblings. If you cannot do it, don't go into that marriage. Please, don't go into that marriage. You cannot succeed. You might think you are breaking the ways right now, that the guy is in love. Remember, the guy is in lust. And the moment his eyes open, you will have had like 3 or 4 children. Then you are finished. And then he will join his family to destroy you. And if he remains mumu, that's fool in your life, you don't have husband though. You have brought the wrath of God upon yourself from heaven, whether you like it or not. When you are the one in control in your home as a woman, that means you have turned that house upside down. You shouldn't have married that man in the first place. You shouldn't have married the man in the first place. I'm not saying you should go and divorce your husband though. Don't get me wrong, go. I'm just telling you that you brought everything upon yourself. When you be running a skater, that one pastor should help you. And when you get to that pastor, you just narrated the story. The pastor don't ask question. The moment he says, kneel down my daughter, firing prayers, speaking in tongues and all that, and yet your problem did not change. You better look inward rather than looking outward. Help yourself before you run to pastor. I'm not saying you shouldn't run to pastor. Help yourself before you run to pastor. Ask yourself so many deep questions. Ask your partner so many deep questions. But I am trying here to correct those that are not settled down yet. They are in relationship, or they are about being in relationship, or they are about settling down. Check this video if you love yourself and rethink if this what you want to go into actually worth it. Believe in yourself that there's still that man out there, and God will bring that man as long as I do the right thing. And whether you like it or not, that man will surely come by the grace of Almighty God. Please, we will talk more again later. I don't want to bore anyone. It's becoming too long. You understand now? Please, make sure whether you are going into marriage, or whether you are going into anything in life, or whether you are doing whatsoever in life, remember one thing. You have to face reality. You have to love yourself. You have to do the right thing. That is your prayer. Let's change this mentality of doing the wrong thing and be praying and believing that God is a magician. God is not a magician. God believes so much in your action, especially the good one. That is the prayer that He wanted from you, that He can take immediate action on it. And if He's not taking it, meaning that it's not yet your time for such. Don't lose hope. Delay is not denial. You will surely get there, whether you like it or not, except you give up. Except you give up. And when you give up, then you have devil has set in. But when you don't give up, God will continue to wax you stronger, encouraging you in so many little things for you to know that He exists in your life. So, in this case, I leave you with the kindness and love of God. As you listen, God will minister unto you even much more. Whether you're a Muslim, Buddhist, pagan, Hindu, whatever you call yourself, Judaism or whatsoever, even atheist, we are one before God Almighty. That is my person. I am a Christ follower. I am a Christ follower. I love everyone. That's it. And I detest anyone character that is not good. I will tell you the truth, and that's just it. That is just it. So I remain positive word. God bless you all. Thank you.